This is Ruben Lowen here in McAllen, Texas. So I did my leadership talk earlier today, but I've been talking about finances or understanding about money and asking a question and seeing if people could give me the answers, right? And so I asked a question my last time about the limits for life insurance, and the uh, the answer to that is if you're a W 2 employee, it's 10 times your income you can be insured for. So if you make $50,000 a year, you can get a policy for $500,000. If you are self employed, you can be insured for 20 times your income. So if you're making $50,000 a year self employed, you can be insured for $1,000,000. So why is that? Well, if you're W 2'd, you're getting the short end of the stick because the reason that you can only get insured for 10 times your income is because if you're W 2, you're probably paying into Social Security, so they're counting that. And what it is that amount of life insurance that you're insured for. If you die, that's 10 years of income to your family. But if you don't die, if you live, it's 10 years of income to you, augmented by Social Security. But the average Social Security check is only $800 a month, right? And if you're W 2'd, you know, you have the advantage. Okay, you can be insured for more. So the amount you're insured for is the size of the bucket of money. All right, and so the more you're insured for, the bigger bucket that you have, the more you can have drawing as an income stream. And then with these, and so that brings me the question on what is your money worth? So when you think about that, when you if you're paid under the table and somebody pays you $100, right? That's all your money, right? But not too many people are going to do that when they're trying to reduce their tax liability. So if you got somebody who's um, that's a concern, that they're gonna deduct that, all right, on their income tax paid to you, and gonna give you a 1099, and now you got to pay tax on that money. And if you haven't set this money aside, then you're going to end up with a tax bill at the end of the year. So that's one aspect of what is your money worth. What other aspect of how much money you're worth is what your money is going to do for you. So wherever you have your money, what if something happens to you? What if are you get a heart attack or a stroke, and you have health insurance, so that's going to cover you to a point for about 2 months, right? And then if they have to put you into a rehab facility or a nursing home, which is basically the same thing, after 2 months, something that's got to be paid for some other way. If you own real estate, they will put a lien on your property to cover those costs. And you can't negotiate. That's whatever. It's not like you're buying something and you're gonna try to get the best deal. It's what they tell you it is. There's no negotiation, right? If you have so if you have any assets, they're gonna take those assets. Okay, before you start getting Medicare. Then, but if you have your money in an insurance contract, you know it's protected. But if you have a rider for long-term care, they can use up to 90% of the death benefit in your policy to pay for your long-term care. How about that? All right. And so that's and there's not a burden to your family. They're not leaving your property. So that money has a value. Okay. And Same thing if you have a catastrophic illness. Well, it depends on the rider. So it depends on the company. I have Pacific Life. I have a long-term care rider, but with their long-term care rider would cover any catastrophic illness. Transamerica has no-cost riders for long-term care and catastrophic illness. Okay, so the difference in that, and then the tax advantages. That money is not taxed when that money comes out for retirement. Okay, if you're in a qualified plan like an IRA or 401k, it's going to be taxed. If you don't have that protection, you're just straight up, doing day trading, or you're trading forex, or if you're doing cryptocurrency, hey, when that money goes up and you take it out, Uncle Sam's got his hand out. Okay, so that what you're not paying in taxes increases the value of that money. All right. You don't have to put this in the comments, but think about, what is your tax bracket? How much would you be saving if you had your money in life insurance? All right. Have a great day.